Good morning. My name is Dr. Tonia Hemmons, and I'm coming to you this morning in reference to a subject matter that was being discussed on one of the other social media formats or forums. And the topic was about something that happened on the awards show concerning the bonnets and the pajamas and this and that, about women wearing the bonnets and pajamas. And one of the stars, female stars, we don't have to mention her name, had specified that this thing with the bonnets and the pajamas, is not a good thing. I agree somewhat, but I also disagree. My name is Dr. Tonia Hemmons, aka Dr. Tonia Rain, and I consider myself a very well-educated woman. I am a mother of 6 children, and I've lived my life 54 years on this earth. And in reference to the subject on the bonnets and the pajamas being worn by quote-unquote black women, I would first like to address that before we can really just deal with the bonnets and the pajamas worn by the black women, I think we should simultaneously deal with the fact that for over a decade plus, decades, a couple of decades, I know for sure, black men have been wearing their pants below their buttocks, which allows us also to see almost their privates, and that has become a fashion statement, and that problem has not been addressed. I think we are looking at a monkey see, monkey do. But just like in the beginning of time, Eve was blamed for taking a bite of the apple, and it was not addressed that Adam was standing right there, allowing her to be manipulated and seduced. We are now blaming the woman for walking around in bonnets and pajamas, but not addressing the fact that our black men have started a fashion statement, quote unquote, of wearing their pants below their buttocks and exposing their private parts. That needs to be kept at home in the black household. But along with that, other nationalities of men has embraced that as well. Along with women, a lot of women have embraced wearing her pants at her, at her buttocks and exposing a little bit of herself. It is becoming a fashion statement, more so now than ever. So before we address the bonnets and the pajamas, let's address the wearing the pants below the buttocks and exposing most of the private area of a man, the black man. So that's one thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about in reference to the bonnets and the pajamas, no, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right socially. I don't think it's right personally for a woman to do that. Yet and still, some women feel that it's comfortable to do, as men feel it's comfortable to wear their pants below their buttocks and show their private area. So before we address the woman, let's address the man. If people will begin to recognize that in the Garden of Eden, God addressed the man first, after addressing the situation having to do with Adam, where art thou? Okay, so let's just deal with the Adam, where art thou, before we start dealing with Eve, what are you doing? Okay, men have to be accountable. because they are supposed to be the leaders, not just in our households, but in our society. And when it trickles down from the man, it's going to hit the woman, and then it's going to hit the children. So let's start there. Men, pull up your pants so that women will not feel the initiative to wear her bonnet and her pajamas in public. You know, I don't think the black man knows how it affects the black woman when he exposes himself in such a manner. And even though women go along with it because most men don't want to listen to their black woman anyway, because she is just not respected as she should be, especially the dark complected black woman. He doesn't want to listen to her anyway, let alone be confronted with the fact that he's not wearing his clothes appropriately. And it's been done for so many years, for so long, perceived as a fad, perceived that because, as people say, rappers do it and they have all this money, that it's ethically right, and it's not. I'm just going to keep this short and simple. As far as the bonnets and the pajamas being worn by the black woman, let's start with the pants being worn by the black man below his buttocks and also almost showing his frontal private area. And to address conversation B, for anyone to say anything about a woman wearing her bonnet and her pajamas in public and not addressing the man for wearing his pants down, it seems to make me think that one would be afraid that her husband may be out in public without her and see a very attractive woman in a bonnet and some pajamas and feel more at home or want to go home with this woman than to return home to the woman that's at home wearing her bonnet and pajamas, or not wearing a bonnet and pajamas, just wanting to go home with this woman that's wearing this bonnet and these pajamas and feel more at home at that store where he saw that woman with the bonnet and pajamas on. In other words, it becomes a temptation to a man in his woman's eyes to see another woman in a bonnet and some pajamas out in public. I am very bothered about this subject right now because I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of the woman being blamed for being herself, but a man is allowed to be himself in such a demeaning manner as exposing his buttocks and his private parts. Okay, let's start there. Have a blessed day. God bless you.